coverage of the National Football League takes us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati.
Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store
between the Washington Commanders
and the Cincinnati Bengals. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's 1st down.
That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Open man is the tight end, John Bates. He'll get it inside the 20.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
Touchdown, Washington.
Nelson Aguilar, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's 1st score here this afternoon.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
11 MT, 11 MT, 11 MT, 11 MT. Back. He's coming.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Daron Payne, never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12.
Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early, and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there. Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Flush to his right.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Montez Sweat able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be 4th down. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
Fielded just inside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted.
And the Bengals are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He's got a man. Complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed 1st down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the 1st, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Once more, Gibson.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals' 21-yard line.
78 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Burrow's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
And he's He's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now he's going to throw deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
On first down, right back to Gibson.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Completes it to Aguilar.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here they're trying to make it 3 in a row. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. The Bengals hit 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Burrow.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Burrow will throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He had 3 catches last week. That one his third on this drive alone. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Hollywood, Marquise Brown from 19 yards away.
And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go-around.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2nd and 3. They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts
as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7.
They'll look to throw.
This one left side caught by Gibson.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Gibson.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
They'll set up to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll start from their own 5, so you'd have to imagine they'll stay conservative.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. He's got a man, complete. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Marquise Brown as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 31 yards there and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll look to throw here.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Play action. It's Burrow.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it to Mixon on the check down. And some room to work. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into 1st down and then some. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the 1st time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown Bengals.
Marquise Brown, 62 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Gibson again. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
A give to Gibson running right. Down to about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. Mustang 19. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Yeah. You don't want none.
Here's Gibson on the read option.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
They'll dump that off to Gibson, complete.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. 7's a Mike. Mike 7. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And the Bengals will get... the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Play action. It's Tannehill. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Six-yard return after a punt of 48.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Gibson. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Looking to throw. Back to Gibson, and another catch for him. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He's going to float this one deep right side.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Bengals are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. Now he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Get ready. Mike, 55. Hurry, go.
Tannehill. And his throw here is incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return.
And the Commanders will take over, but backed up deep in their own territory. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
He'll look to throw. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. He'll drop to throw.
Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Now come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On third down, here's Gibson. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Throwing now, Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. He gets this in the hands of Mixon.
And a tackle going to be made at the 38.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And, oh, that one's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
There's Chris Olave. He's going to pick up the first down and then some.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll look to throw now on first down. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with it defensively. And it'll bring up second down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. One final shot. They'll look to throw.
One last shot at the end zone.
And that is caught, but the bank judge right there to say incomplete.